There once was a very important little boy named Bulby, but no one understood how important he was. No one except Rem, but he preferred to stay quiet. It wasn't easy for Bulby to play with the other boys. They thought he was a strange boy with strange hobbies. He would spend his time alone, hunting for fireflies in the middle of the daytime. He carefully put every firefly into a glass ball and gave them to the other boys. He wished they were his friends, but nobody understood how important his gift was. No one except Rem, who packed his ball away safely inside his front pocket, but he preferred not to tell anyone. The others thought the fireflies were weird. They all shoved them into their closets or left them on their desks, losing them all over the place so that they never remembered them or Bulby. It's easy to forget things when you don't know what they're for. No one understood how important they were, but Bulby did. Every night when the sun went down, Bulby set out across the yellow field the boys would play in, alone. Nothing but his raggedy brown backpack went with him. Sometimes people would laugh at Bulby and his backpack that was so old and silly looking. Nobody understood how important the backpack was. By the time the sun was gone every night and the whole world had turned pitch black, Bulby was always there, at the tree, the important tree. Bulby's tree was no ordinary tree. It was covered in lights. Little lights, big lights, lights of all shapes and sizes, but each one bright and each one important. Bulby reached up and screwed in one very normal but very important light bulb into the tree, and the tree lit up. All the other boys who had been too foolish to head home when it started getting dark saw the light and were able to get home safe and sound along the crooked, winding hillside path. Every night Bulby walked out to the glowing tree alone, and every night he screwed in his small, important light bulb so the other boys could get home. They didn't realize how important he was. Every night as Bulby sat at the tree alone, he wondered if the other boys realized he was helping them get home. Every night as the rain poured down, every night when the wind chilled him through his clothes and reddened his nose, it's for them, he thought. Even though sometimes tears froze on his eyelashes because he had no one to wipe them away. Then, one night, the wind was colder than usual. Bulby sat alone on the tree's large roots as the wind burned his cheeks and the glass turned brittle in the chill. Then, all of a sudden, there was a crack. Bulby looked up and saw the light bulb starting to shatter. Quick as lightning, Bulby sprang to action. He gripped the light bulb gently between his two hands, holding it together with all his might. The cold glass froze his hands. It cracked more. The lights flashed brighter as if the bulb was ready to explode. The flash sent a shadow across the field, the shadow of Bulby holding the light bulb, alone. The other boys saw it. One by one, they all realized that Bulby was there. Bulby was helping them get home. Bulby was holding the light. But what could they do? If Bulby let go of the light, no one would be able to find their way home. If only they had noticed earlier, in the chaos of the snowstorm, no one had realized that Bulby wasn't there. No one but Rem. But Rem ran back towards Bulby as fast as he could, holding tightly to the small ball in his pocket. The wind chilled Bulby's face and his eyes until they wouldn't open any more. As they closed, he saw a shadow. The shadow of someone coming towards him. Right as Bulby's light exploded, the field was full of dark and cold. There was no light. No one could see anyone. No one knew what had happened. Bulby lay in the frozen grass, alone, and he wondered what would happen now. Suddenly, a light. A small light. No, a bright light. No, an important one. It lit up the field. Bulby saw Rem come running towards him. Rem held another light. One of Bulby's lights. One of Bulby's important lights he thought no one cared about. But Rem did. He just wasn't the best at showing it. One step at a time, he reached Bulby. Bulby who was important, even though no one else knew. Rem knew. That was all that mattered. Together they stood up in the middle of the powerful wind. Together they fought their way through the grass. Together they had the light to guide them home. Bulby's light. Bulby the importance light. The end.